Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to Butcher and the Beard. I'm David Butcher. That's John Shanley. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, Dave, I finally got that. I finally got that interview for you. It was an interesting day, to say the least. I interviewed him yesterday, and I'm gonna show you how that went.
Hey, this is John here from Butcher and the Beard, and I am here to interview Albus Dumbledore. So let's get to it. Albus, are you there? I am the leader of the Dementors, and you are privileged to interview him, but just be wary. He is very clever, and he will steal things from you, and you need to make sure he does not steal anything for this interview. Do you understand, John? He's in Azkaban, and I'm here in Florida. I don't know what he's going to steal from me, but yeah, whatever. Let's just do this interview, can we? Very well, John. Very well. Here's Albus. But just know, if there's anything that's out of the ordinary, we will come for you, John. Albus Dumbledore here. John, pleasure to be on your show. That's a nice hat. Well, thanks, Albus. I'm not wearing a hat right now, but anyway, so what did you do to get yourself into Azkaban? Well, most people know the story of the Chamber of Secrets, but what really was is, back in the 60s, I had a sexual torture chamber, and that was the real Chamber of Secrets. And unfortunately, some bad things happened with Tom Riddle, and, the poor boy was just probably too young and had a bad experience, and then he lost himself and became evil. And that poor girl, Moaning Myrtle, I mean, she was a moaner. She couldn't handle the Albus Python. But, she got petrified and died, and, that was very, very sad. But I'm not here to talk about why I'm in Azkaban. I'm here to give you some football picks and what's going on in football for the playoffs. That is really creepy, and how the hell did you get my hat? That's crazy. Oh, this hat? Oh, no, this is something that I'm going to use, and I'm probably going to make it into a port key or something. But anyway, about those picks. Okay, I'm gonna want my hat back, but yeah, tell me what's going on. What's going on with those picks? Well, you see, John, I believe this year is a prophecy of two brothers, one to win a college championship and one to win the pros. So the Harbaugh brothers make this very, very interesting. I believe in Michigan to win the College Bowl tonight, and I do believe that the Ravens have a very, very good shot. But let's look at some of the other storylines, because that's what it really comes down to. Good storylines, John. Cowboys and Packers. We have the coach of the Cowboys coaching against the last team that he took and won a Super Bowl with. So in order to get to that plateau with the Cowboys, he needs to go through his old past, because that's how you move forward. You get through that past. Just like the Browns and the Texans, I believe that Joe Flacco has more to prove, and he needs to get into Baltimore so that Baltimore can face its past in Joe Flacco and move on. Dolphins and Chiefs. It's very, very, very interesting. It's the Tyreek Hill game, because the Chiefs are lacking his quality in receiver, and the Dolphins are overusing his quality of receiver. So it's going to be a very, very fun game, and I believe that the Dolphins can pull this off, because the Chiefs just do not have the defense, and they have the pedigree. I just don't believe that they'll be able to pull that off. So we're going with Browns, Dolphins, and Cowboys for the first three games. Finally, we have the Rams and the Lions. Talk about storyline with Matthew Stafford returning home. I think this is a bad draw for the Lions, and I feel that Stafford's going to have a very good homecoming, and he's going to win that game. Bills and Steelers. I like the Steelers just because the Bills have not showed much. Every time they show you that they can win something, they're going to lose. And the Steelers have had history in the past, and everybody in Vegas is going to say the Steelers has no chance because they're on the road and they'll lose. They're missing their best defensive player, and that's when things kind of turn for the worse. And I think Vegas is going to make some money on the Steelers. Finally, we got the Eagles and Bucks. Again, very similar. I feel like everybody feels the Eagles are going to be the easy pick to win as the road team, but I think they might be the only road team that does not win. I like the Bucks in this. I think that the Eagles just have too many injuries and not as good a defense, but that's about it. It's all about the storylines, as we like to say. And, John, that is a very, very nice hat. Why, thanks, Albus. Wait, what the fuck? The hell did you do? Oh, nothing much, John. I didn't do much. Just know that I thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you and speaking to you next week after these games. Have a good one. Well, thank you, Albus. That was really great. I still don't know how you got my hat, but, whatever. It is what it is. Have a good one, and that'll be it for Johnson. What? We warned you not to let him take anything, but now we must come for you, John. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're about to join Albus in Azkaban. Whoa, 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 whoa. I had nothing to do with any of that, so you can just take your little Grim Reaper ass and just stay out of my business. I don't know what you think you can do, but you're only human, so... Yeah, about that, I don't know what to tell you, but expecto patronus, motherfucker!
Whoa. How did he get your hat? Did he ever
I don't know. He's fucking one of the greatest wizards of all time. I don't know. I still have it here. He said he made it a port key, so I was afraid to pick it up because I might end up like someplace else. But I don't know. It's still here. But it's done for the year anyway. Just like my Giants are. But we went off on a high note. I'm not going to talk about what my interview was about, but he did get one thing right. The one Michigan did win last night. That was huge. I was on. It was a close game. I kind of dozed off for a few minutes, and all of a sudden, the final score, I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, me too. I was watching it a little bit, and then I kind of dozed off with you. I was like, oh man, I'm like,
right.
Bam.
But it doesn't surprise me because when you run the ball, the games might be close, and then all of a sudden, in the fourth quarter, you just run away because you just pound it, and that's what Michigan did, man. They just pound that rock, and eventually it wears down the defense. So. Congrats to the one Harborough. After all the controversy he did, and I think since he got that win, he's going to be in the NFL next year.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I had a good win. Giants whooped the Eagles. It was always nice. Maybe that was our Super Bowl, but at least we end the season on a high note. You guys. Tough loss, but in the long run, I don't think it's that bad because if you guys would have won, you would have just hosted Buffalo again, the same freaking game, 2 weeks in a row. Now you're going on the road against a vulnerable Chiefs team, and it's going to be a revenge game for Tyreek Hill. And I'm not as I really wanted the Dolphins to win, but because of the outcome and where they're going to play, I think it's for the best.
Yeah, me too. I think it hurts my heart. I went on Facebook right away, hitting up the fans because at the end of the day, man, what was gonna happen? You think next week those Bills fans were going home?
Yeah.
Even if we won by a field goal or something like that, those fans would have still been in the crowd. We can't get any support from Miami Dolphin fans, man. It just comes down to that, and we just got to sit here and you know what, you guys are the reason why we're flying to Kansas City, going to play in that -4 degrees, feeling like crap, because you guys, if you were out there, everyone knows that the Dolphins offense runs on motions and stuff like that. And when the fans, some people said, well, they weren't loud till after the punt return. I said, yeah, isn't that when we started having back-to-back out 3-and-outs because it got too loud for our motions? And that's what happens because you guys were not there. When there's 20% fans and there's 80% not fans, pretty much, because it was 50-50. So whatever team, it was like a college game. It was like sitting there in a college game where when one team got a flag, like when they get a flag and you hear more boos that the flag was going against a team that's at the home, there's a problem. So it's supposed to be 80% Dolphin fans, 20% Bills fans, and then you don't hear them in the crowd. You know what I mean? What, you think that 20% is going to be heard from the football field? No. But when you got 50% them, that means, like, when they showed the video of Josh Allen like running over to there, the fans were still there. It was packed. It was like if no one went home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's,
the Bills fans definitely traveled well to Miami, which was kind of disappointing. But again, Miami, you definitely have a shot. So one loss doesn't determine a season, and we'll see what happens. See if they can get it done on the road. There's a lot of interesting games. I'm really looking forward to every single one of them. I feel like every single one is not a guarantee. I would say the closest one that I see is maybe the Cowboys over the Packers, because the
yeah,
Packers are just young and up and coming, and yes, they made the playoffs, but Dallas is going to be hungry at home. They've been good at home all year. Really, the only team that could have beat them at home has been the Lions, but whatever. At the end of the day, that I feel like that's going to be a one-sided game. Everything else, I'm like, this could be close, and I like the road teams in a lot of these games.
yeah, a lot of people do. I've seen a lot of like people out there. The road teams are very thing. A lot of teams are gonna get shut up to this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like we're gonna have our whole offense back. That's the only thing that matters. The defense, they did their thing, but at least we'll have Waddle back, Mostert back. So we'll see how it
right.
goes. I don't care about the weather, man. Like at the end of the day, Achan and Mostert are gonna
Well,
run the ball.
yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
just keep
So,
running the ball. Like Mostert's a freak already with 20 something touchdowns. You know what I mean? With 22 touchdowns for the year, and then Achan is just different. He's built different. The dude is. I watched the play. I'll probably insert it here just because of how it doesn't even seem believable how like this dude. I'll put it at the end of the clip, and if you guys get to that and want to watch it, it was just so stupid how like dude, Durham Smite was literally bent like this backwards, and he literally fell like he like gripped into that back. Like I don't even know how he did it to run that first touchdown that the Dolphins got. I'll insert it there. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah, that wasn't pretty insane. I mean, I don't want to go too much into predictions because we're gonna have
Yeah,
some
well,
really good shows on Saturday and Sunday for those games, so we'll get
yeah,
into that. But let's get a little into Black Monday. We had a couple of coaches fired. We've already had coaches fired in the middle of the year. I think
yeah.
I do think Vegas is going to stay with Antonio Pierce. I think he's going to stay as the interim.
I
I
would
think
hope
they're going
so.
to.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did a really nice job with them, getting them motivated, and they played very well for him afterwards. But San Diego's going to be looking for somebody.
yeah,
Washington's going to be looking for somebody,
yeah,
and Atlanta. So there's some good jobs out there. My question is we didn't have an answer on Bill Belichick. So
yeah,
what's going on with him? He's going to have a meeting with Robert Kraft, and
yeah,
we'll see what happens. Giants, my guys, Wink Martindale stepped down from the team, and they also fired their offensive line coordinator, which honestly they should have done halfway through the season because their
yeah.
offensive line has been atrocious. And then, their special teams coach they let go as well. But it's going to be time for change. That's just what the NFL is about, and it's going to be interesting to see how everything pans out.
Yeah. Your coach, the defensive coordinator, he stepped down, right?
Yeah, he stepped down. Wink
Yeah.
Martindale. He was with the
I think they
Raiders for a
read
while.
it, like when I read it, they said resigned. Like, but I think they meant like reassign, like he like
Resign.
yeah, resigned because they put
Yeah,
resign.
resign.
Yeah, that's why so I read it, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like he
Yeah, so
resigned.
they left the punctuation.
I think they did
out.
because I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah, a little mixed up with the words there, but yeah, no, it is what it is. That's just the NFL. Like Wink did a really good job, but I feel like there was some opportunity there for the defense, but
Yep.
he blitzed more than anybody in the league. Let's see, maybe he's got something else on his table that he wants to go and go to. But we'll see. It's going to be so much a long off season. I think the Giants are going to definitely draft a quarterback. Daniel
Yeah.
Jones just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Again, his deal was only 2 years, so it was a lot of money and it stands out to you. But at the end of the day, it was 2 years, so one of them's already done, and then he has one more year on his contract. So what's going to happen is I think that they will start with him, but they will definitely draft a quarterback, and I feel like depending upon how the season's going, they'll either bring in the rookie and you know eventually Daniel will lose his starting job, or we'll see. Or if Daniel Jones plays fire and then wins another contract, trying to play for a contract, we'll see how it goes.
What you
But
need to do is let what the heck's his name? The one I
Tommy,
played. No, not Tommy DeVito, not Tommy Cutlets. Uh, what the heck? No, I just had his name in my head, and you said Tommy. No, Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod
All right,
Taylor.
Taylor.
Yeah, let him be the
Taylor,
starter.
Taylor plays
Yeah,
really well.
yeah.
Well, I mean, he's
I
going
got
to training camp, and and
yeah.
and you know, like Taylor played well as too, but he got injured a lot too.
He did. He
You
did.
know,
He's
the
always been
durability
injured, but
he always was throughout his career. So like,
yeah,
you know, it, we were spoiled for a long time with Eli Manning because that dude
yeah,
played every game, never got hurt.
yeah,
He may not have always been like lights out doing well, but the guy was always on the field. You know who their starter was every week. So
yeah. It is
you know,
nice, man.
yeah,
That's why I try
but
to tell them, like, you risk that. They're like, oh, Tua can't stay healthy. Well, Tua's going to be playing his whole year this year.
yeah,
So that's
he
nice.
stayed healthy the whole
Yeah,
year, and
yeah,
kudos to the offense. They
yeah.
kept them safe, the offensive line, and they kept them healthy, and he
Well, like they said, throwing the ball after like 2.1 seconds, like when your offense line is so trash, like rotating like that. Well, that's what I hope this offseason. Go out there and just draft every offensive lineman you think that is going to be
yeah.
good, and just put them in there.
I
I
mean, the
want,
Giants have been saying that for years, and they have been. They've been driving offensive and defensive linemen, and it still doesn't coordinate
yeah,
to success. So there's got to be something, because then you have Dallas, who's had a good offensive line for years, but they can never win the big game, but they're always competitive. So I don't know what they're doing right compared to what we're doing wrong, but
what
hopefully we rank.
what's even crazier is that like our main guy Connor William got hurt, and Liam Eichenberg, the guy that's our center right now, is only centered 4 games total his whole career.
Mm,
Like, so you have to realize that people dog the wrong people, man. Like, I as fans, I say the same thing, but like we're dogging sometimes the wrong people because we have no idea what's going on. Can you imagine had to go play center and
yeah,
you only done it 4 times your whole life, and it was the first time you ever did it in your whole career since being a kid to all the way here was a national football game with the best defensive lineman in the game,
hmm,
because you have to snap the ball from either under center or that, then get up and then start blocking. You know what I
a
mean?
lot.
Through a nose tackle who's 360 fucking pounds. You know what I mean? So
That's it.
like we're as fans, I do it myself. I can't be a hypocrite and say I never done it. You know what I mean? Like, that guy's trash or you can't do this, but like at the end of the day, man, like we're just talking shit, but like some people really be talking shit, like, and like really mean it. Like when I say the Dolphins suck, you think I really mean the Dolphins suck? No, I'm just
Right.
hurt at that
No,
time. You know what I
no, yeah.
mean? These people, like, there's a person that's on my Facebook and they said, instead of you guys dissing the quarterback, why don't you root for the quarterback to succeed, because this is your team. You know what I mean? Can you imagine going to the game and booing the quarterback that's gonna hopefully win you a video
Oh,
game?
I believe me, I've been there, dude. I've had season tickets for multiple teams, and like
Yeah,
the harshest critics are the biggest fans. You know, like
yeah,
I was a Ranger season ticket holder back in the day, and like the other season ticket holders, they because the team was bad back then. All they
yeah,
would do was come in and just rip the team. Like they would just go to the games just to rip the team. But when a rival team played, like if they played the Islanders or they played
yeah,
the Flyers, then they were kind of like more rooting for them and ripping on the Flyers and the Islander fans.
yeah,
But like when it was like a regular game against like say like I don't know Dallas or Edmonton, they'd be like,
yeah,
"You fucking suck, Rangers, fuck you, blah blah blah." And it was just like, dude, we're supposed to be fans. They're like, they're fucking shit, blah blah blah. Fire the GM, blah blah. Blah. So fans are passionate, man.
yeah,
They're gonna get on you when you don't perform. So
yeah, for
um,
sure. I don't mind
it's
that.
funny because you're right. Like most of the people that do the biggest talking never played sports in their life,
Never played any
but
sports in my life.
they've got a lot of opinions. So
Yeah,
whatever.
the
That's
couch
just
coach, the couch
exactly.
coach, and that just comes down.
So yeah, what are you gonna do? Um, so I think out of all the coaching vacancies, I would say
If I'm Jim
um,
Harbaugh, or
the Chargers have to be the
yeah,
biggest thing because they got the
yes,
quarterback.
they got the
You know,
quarterback. That's it.
that's like the Corvette, man.
Well,
I got
that
that job.
that's when you start questioning it, though. Is it the coaching? Is it the quarterback? Because you have the quarterback. You got a Ferrari or a Lamborghini sitting in this
Right.
abandoned house.
Yeah,
That
Justin Herbert, and they did get decimated by injuries,
yeah,
but they still had enough talent that you would think they could have gotten some things done.
yeah,
Lost a lot of close games and a lot of decision making, so that comes down to coaching. So
yeah,
if you're the Chargers organization, are you looking to see if Belichick becomes free, or are you saying, hey, listen, if Harbaugh just winning a college championship, he's already been to a Super Bowl as a coach in the
yeah. With the
NFL
49ers.
for the 49ers, maybe he's the guy you're looking for. I would say, definitely out of the three um,
Yeah,
coaching, current coaching availabilities, those have to be the best ones.
and I think that with the Harbaugh with Justin Herbert is probably better than him being with freaking what the heck's his name now? I had it right in my head and then I didn't say it. The quarterback Collins or
Collins.
no, not what's his name? What the heck was his name? The quarterback they took to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I can't think of the name.
Kaepernick.
Yeah, Kaepernick. There you go. I said Collins. Kaepernick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a whole weird situation.
yeah,
He got into a fight with Kaepernick, and the organization backed Kaepernick. And Kaepernick was all about politics and not about football. So
I know.
we
We
all
won't
know
get into that.
take a knee and whatever.
Yeah,
You
everyone
know,
was taking a knee at one point. I think some people still do
right,
a knee, but
right.
but
See, I
yeah,
remember when taking a knee was all about what was that? The skater Nancy Kerrigan. We took a knee.
yeah, that's funny.
But anyway, yeah, that's politics. We talk about sports here. So
Yeah,
anyway, that was just a weird thing because the organization supported him, and then so Harbaugh was like, all right, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to go to my alma mater. Brought him to
yeah,
two of the Final Fours, lost, and then you know he finally got his ring. So that's why, and plus with all the controversy and with everything he went through, he was already suspended, and there's a good chance that if he stays next year in college, he'll be suspended again for
yeah.
some
True. Yeah,
investigation. So, why would he want to put himself through that? He's like, listen, I'm hot. I'm going to want to go to the NFL, and he's going to want to coach probably someone to a Super Bowl. So we'll see. He's obviously a damn good coach.
yeah, for
Whatever
sure.
his methods. Maybe he cheats like Belichick, but I don't know.
I'm starting to
I'm not
think a lot of
sure. I'm not sure Belichick would be a good fit for the Chargers, even though they have a good organization. I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't. I think Bill Belichick is. I think it's ready for to call it quits, man.
I think
That,
so too.
that's
I
in
think
my
it's
opinion. Like he's just not the coach anymore. Like he's not the coach that people like. I'm not trying to say like he's not the greatest coach that out there at one point. You know what I mean? He's won
Oh
six
yeah, but
Super
everybody
Bowls,
has their run.
but
You
yeah,
know.
like he just doesn't fit the mold of a coach anymore. Like he's depressing. Like he laughs maybe once a year.
Well, I think it's
Like
age too. Like he's been through so much. You know,
yeah, but
he's
look
done
at
it
what's the name
all.
over there, Pete Carroll. Like Pete Carroll's like 78 years old or something like that. He's ridiculous
Yeah,
himself, and he's over there running around with the team. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's just his
yeah.
personality. Like he's I would hate to be a coach. I mean, I would hate to play for Coach Bill Belichick, man.
I
Like
think that at least he needs to take a year off.
yeah,
You know,
something like come back
like
maybe after.
right, take a year off, and I know for him it's going to be weird because he's not going to do his coaching routine that he's done for the past 20 years.
Well, he's a
But
vampire, so he never
well,
sleeps. So
yeah,
he's
but
gonna.
still, maybe he can still watch some tape. Maybe he can, whatever, take some time for himself. Maybe he can get a job as an analyst or something. But
Yeah, or
you know,
maybe he
I, I
could.
think
He
I think he
could.
definitely needs to take some time away,
Yeah, I
and
think
then
so
if he's
too.
still got that itch, maybe he'll come back. But
Yeah.
but we'll see how his conversation goes. Maybe it'll be like, you know what, we're gonna take away my GM responsibilities, and I'm just gonna focus on coaching, and we're gonna give it one more year.
Yeah.
But we'll see because like they did not play well, and they've been declining since the loss of Brady. Like they
Yeah.
haven't gotten better, and
It doesn't matter what quarterback's in there. It doesn't matter who's in there. The defense is playing like whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like, we see Bill Belichick's teams and we've seen, like, I don't know what the hell happened because we've always said from years, even when they won Super Bowls, like, that squad wasn't as talented as a lot of squads that were out there. You know what I mean? And they
right,
still found a
but
way to
just the
win.
Belichick system, he was so brilliant, blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah, and who's he like
So,
he went through runs where people like he never lost to a team twice,
yeah.
you know, so it was just one of those things.
And
But
now the Dolphins have, like, literally, ever since Brady left, have, like, swept them, like, every year now.
yeah.
So,
So I mean, listen, Belichick's legacy will always be there, and like he could literally go 0-16, and it would not diminish what he's already
no,
accomplished.
I don't think
You
anyone's
know,
even saying that. Like they're just saying, "Yo,
right?
you're
It's
getting old.
time.
It's
It's
time,
time.
man. Don't be
Time to move
afraid to
on.
call it quits. You can, like you don't have to leave the game. You can even go to be something on the Patriots other than a coach. Go and be the ball boy or something.
Right. Well, they would probably hire him as like a consultant
That'd
or
be cool, like what Dan Marino does for the Dolphins. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Someone that's in the organization that's still up at top, that still helps with everything they need to help with. Because his defense is still not the worst, and they clearly were playing good defense. But when you have no offense, you look at the Jets. You know what I mean?
so you think when Robert Kraft has this meeting with Belichick, it's going to be down here in Florida in one of those little
Yeah, the masseuse
Chinese
place. Yeah,
massage
yeah, for sure, for
for sure.
sure.
Because apparently, that Robert Kraft, that's he knows all the good spots for that
Yeah,
kind of
he's
stuff.
gonna do that. Well,
He wants to
we
make
still
sure.
haven't got anything from Bill Belichick on that day he was leaving the old place on the ring camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's it. That's it.
so we still
You
haven't got
know,
anything on that. So we
I
could be
think
sitting.
Robert Kraft believes in being totally relaxed
Mm-hmm. He
and
wants to be
open.
real.
So
Yeah,
you want to make sure that there's no built up, tension. You want to be
yeah,
totally
yeah.
relaxed for that meeting. So
You get in, you get out, you get it
that's
right. You
it.
know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? Bill Belichick, and then he's gonna tell him the news when he's getting the happy ending. So that he
Yeah,
doesn't feel as bad. You're
right.
fired.
Look, you're gonna get fired, but we're gonna give you a happy ending
Yeah, yeah, for
anyway.
sure.
Right off into the sunset.
Right into the sunset, and it's gonna be a
Yeah.
sunset picture that he has to hit with
Who
the
knows?
happy.
Maybe the Dodgers will sign him.
Yeah,
Because they're signing everybody else. So like Belichick gets let go, the Dodgers are bringing him in.
there
I
you
don't, I
go. There
don't know
you go.
exactly
Nothing
why.
wrong. Nothing wrong with that.
They'll probably bring him in because he is the expert cheater, and since the what should we call it, the Astros cheated for so many years and got away with it, I feel like Belichick could be really helping them. He's
Yeah.
because that way they already have all the talent, we might as well cheat too. We just gotta get that
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. Get
So
that money. Let's get it.
Oh man.
All right,
Oh,
off to rookie of the year. I think. Who do you think? Who do you think the
oh,
rookie of
it's
the
got to
year
be
is?
Stroud. I mean, there was a lot of offensive breakout seasons from rookies. Like, and
Yeah,
it really was an unbelievable rookie class. But again, like injuries happen and other guys get opportunities. But like, how do you like CJ Stroud? He comes in and he brings the Texans the division. It's like it was unexpected, but they would have made the playoffs anyway. And
yeah,
he had such an incredible year. He was a fantasy fucking nightmare for people who played against him, and he carried some teams to some victories. So like, yeah, no,
yeah,
without a doubt, it's got to be CJ Stroud.
yeah. I'm getting.
There's not a question in my mind.
Yeah, it
Coach of the
would.
year. What do you think? Coach of the year.
I'm gonna maybe the Texans coach.
I don't
I
know. It's usually someone who's never had it before.
well, he's a rookie coach. This is his first year.
Yeah, rookie coaches get it a lot.
Yeah, he took the Tex. He took a rookie quarterback, took the Texans to the championship of their division, which is crazy. You know what I mean? So hey, I don't know. I don't.
I
That's
kind of think Harbaugh deserves it with Baltimore.
yeah,
Uh,
that's a good one too.
number one seed. A lot of controversy. They in the off season, with Jackson
They might have
and
not
getting
even had Lamar Jackson.
right. So I feel like he
Yeah.
he he should be up there too.
Their defense is always
That's my
good though,
pick.
man.
Dolphins, they
Yeah,
had a great year.
yeah,
But usually, like if it's a newer coach and a team that a newer team that makes the playoffs, so like Texans,
yeah,
I could see them giving it to them.
yeah. We'll
But
see. That's
I
a hard one
feel
for me. But
to
yeah,
me
maybe.
disappointment was the Jaguars this year. They
Yeah. Whew.
actually they were one of only three teams in history to at like some point have a 93% chance of making the playoffs and
Yeah.
not make the playoffs. They started whatever 8-5 or 9-5 or something like
Yeah.
that, and they just collapsed down the edge.
And it
It's a
wasn't
shame because
like yeah.
they 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 there were times in the beginning of the year they were playing like the best team, and then I think Lawrence getting that concussion really kind of messed things up because he just wasn't the same after that.
Yeah.
But they were a nice up and coming story last year, and they just fizzled bad. So biggest disappointment this year, definitely the Jaguars.
Yeah.
So you know it is what it is. You learn this lesson hard, and I think out of the teams that are left, the Eagles are interesting because they made the Super Bowl last year. Everyone's still going to be high on them, but I'm not. They've looked bad, and it's not just that my Giants beat them. Like
Yeah.
they lost to the Cardinals. They lost some big games. Their defense has not been anywhere
Dominant.
close to as
Yeah.
good as it was last year. And offense, it's stagnant. Like everybody knows what they're going to do. It's the same offensive thing. Now, yeah, they have that 1 yard push thing that you can't stop it, but don't matter. Like we already know what your offense is going to do. You know who your receivers are. You're going to try and run the ball, and teams are prepared for it more than ever right now. And
Yeah. Well,
it's
the thing is that 1 yard push only happens when you get close to the goal line. If you
right,
never get there,
or you get a
then
4th and 1 or whatever.
yeah,
Whatever. You keep the drive alive, and then you get the next play. And we don't know if Brown's going to be hurt because he was limped off the field. They got to
yeah,
if
it's
he's going to play or not.
yeah,
I'll tell you what. I would say that, and I'm going to agree with Dumbledore's pick. Everyone's picking everyone's picking the Eagles to walk into Tampa and take them out. I don't think so. I think the Bucks can definitely win this game.
yeah. Me too, me too. But we're gonna talk about that on
We'll
our
talk about
other
that
show.
later, but
Yeah, we'll get more into depth with that in our predictions. But
yeah,
yeah, it just
I
comes
would
down to
say
that.
best story still has to be the Lions. I mean,
Yeah,
they were hot last year and missed out the playoffs because of the scenarios, but they kept up the momentum this year, and they did hold on. They had some tough losses, but they held on and won the division, and I'm happy for the Lions fan,
yeah,
considering that the rest of the teams, well, actually, Michigan won. You know, that's
yeah,
that's that's, that's Detroit. Um, and so I guess their football is doing that. Their basketball is complete trash, and their hockey's not far behind. But later on this year, after this is all done, we'll definitely talk more basketball, hockey, and maybe some
Yeah.
baseball. But right now, it's football, man. It's all football. College
Yeah.
is done, and now we got some really good NFL stuff. Um,
Yeah, the NFL is where it's at right now, everybody. We're going to be discussing more in depth about basketball, baseball, hockey, everything. We want to get into those eventually, but we want to talk about what's really the season of the great, like short and sweet, and that's what football is. It's only, what,
yeah,
18 weeks total, and we
yeah,
want to talk about that. So, we appreciate
exactly.
you guys. Yeah, man, we're definitely going to get more in depth with the basketball. We'll probably go into the games. We'll probably go into stats. We'll probably go into, like,
Yeah,
those things when basketball comes around for us. But like, hey, don't give up on us. If you're all about basketball, I promise you, we're gonna be doing
yeah,
basketball. We'll be sitting there telling you, what's name got reinstated, so he's back out on the court. He might fight somebody. We'll have to. Uh, Green, Draymond Green
yeah.
got reinstated, so
Oh yeah, he's gonna
he's
be
back.
fighting.
Yeah, he'll be fighting. That's okay though. But yeah, so
I'm gonna do my quick trash pick for this week and my
yeah,
quick my awards, my superstar.
okay.
My trash is definitely gonna be just in general the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars, man.
Oh
They
yeah,
just they just everybody like, oh, you just had a win, man. You had a win on the road, and they just could not get it done. Now I give all the kudos in the world to the Titans. They're like, listen, if we ain't making the playoffs, you ain't making the playoffs. They had that
yeah,
attitude. They came out and they just been, but like Jacksonville, you're supposed to take that next step this year, and you
yeah.
definitely did not. So you're my trash pick for the week because Jacksonville is just trash. I don't know what to tell you. I've been to that city, but anyway. But no, there's just really just big disappointment in that.
For
And then
sure.
my award is going to be to Joe Flacco, man. This dude just keeps balling, and whenever he needs to do, he gets it done. And I think he's going to make some noise in the playoffs. I think the Texans and the Browns is going to be a really good
He
game.
didn't
I think
play
the
last game, right?
no,
Because they had like 0 points till like the fourth quarter. So
yeah, no, he didn't. But
yeah, I
I
didn't think
feel
so.
like yeah, the Bengals won, but they rested everybody, just like
Yeah, that's what I
everybody
thought. I had
else.
a feeling. I
So
was like, yo, there's no way that the Bengals are playing the first
yeah, no,
string
he didn't. He
offense.
didn't play. No, the Bengals. I took the Bengals in that game. I actually had a good weekend because you can tell like who's going to win, who's not. Jacksonville was one of my few losses, but
Yeah.
whatever. Who's your trash and who's your star?
My trash is gonna be the Miami Dolphins fan base. Trash, man.
that's yourself, man.
That's myself. Nah,
Yeah.
the I wrote on Facebook, like I said previously in this show, and I had some people
Mhm.
that wrote me that are long life Dolphin fans and season ticket holding fans, and they're disappointed also. Like the people that are really fans, like they're saying that like now, like because I unfortunately I live 4 hours away, so it's kind of hard to be season ticket holder and go to every single game. But they said it's sad down there, you know what I mean? Because I went on a rant. I like go to my Facebook, you know what I mean? I'll post that thing in the freaking group, but like I went off, like I'm like, yo, it's sad. Our concerns are always this, and this, but if you can't even show up to the game, that's a bigger concern than anything. You know what I mean? It's a nighttime game, 8 o'clock. Weather's great. It's not like it's snowing or it's raining. It was perfect weather. But the
Yeah.
Bills fans come out in flocks, running your city. The Bills running your city with Josh Cocky Allen, man. Like this guy is super cocky for winning nothing his whole life. He's had to write letters to go to colleges. He's got to, and like that's when it comes down to like things I won't say on this show because it's just outrageous. The dude's won nothing in his whole life. He hasn't won a national championship, hasn't won a state championship. When you got to write letters to an organization to take you, that means you're okay. You know what I mean? And you got give God gift fucking powers, right? You're tall, you're big, but what has that gave you? Nothing. You know what I mean? They don't talk about Lamar Jackson like that, who's only took his team to the number one seed, but yeah, when it comes down to the fan base, they were saying is that all you guys do in Miami now is want to party. They said they know three teams players, which is probably Tua, Waddle, and Hill, and that's all you know. You know the Waddle and stuff like that. But that's my trash, man. Be better, man. Wait, like if you bought the ticket, go to the game. Like don't. And if you want to sell it, man, sell it to a Dolphin fan for sure. Like hey, like this is a big game. Like if I'm Stephen Ross, if I was Stephen Ross, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I saw you in a Bills uniform or Bills outfit, I'm turning you away at the gate. I don't
Yeah.
care about the money. I'll refund every single person. Like he's a billionaire. You know what I mean? Like he wants his dude. Can you imagine if it was super dead in there, only like 40% Dolphin fans, but that's all there was? Dude,
Yeah.
it'd be way better. I know you can't do that, but that's my trash.
I know I said Flacco, but I'm gonna mention Jim Harbaugh, man. Everything that dude was through, and he still won a national championship.
Yeah.
You know that guy is just. I heard in real life he's kind of weird, but whatever. The dude's been a successful coach everywhere he's been. So, good for him. Congrats to Michigan. They're my stars. They're my
Yeah.
true stars this week because Flacco didn't play. But
There you
all
go.
right, who's your star, bro?
My star's going to be. Um, who did I have for my star? I had somebody in my head. Now I can't think of it. I didn't write it down for the first time. Usually I write it down on my little notes. I'm gonna go with nobody. Nobody's my star.
Nobody's your star.
The
Nobody's your
Dolphins
star.
are my star because they're gonna win the fucking Super Bowl still. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, everybody.
I guess. I
I don't
guess.
have a star. I don't have a star this game. You put 2 stars on somebody.
Well, I mean, I could say Josh Allen because he did have
No,
a
fuck.
monster
No, fuck him. Don't even come. Don't even come on this show.
I'm just saying, 300 something yards, 3 touchdowns, a couple picks, but that's what he does. I mean, overall, nobody really stood out in the NFL. It was all just, getting the job done. So maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers making the playoffs for the, umpteenth time, and their coach never having a losing season, even though he's the longest tenured coach. He's never finished below 500.
Yeah.
That is an elite coach right there. So
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin, there you go.
Yeah. There you
There's
go.
your star, Mike Tomlin. All right, man. Maybe they'll go into Buffalo and take care of business.
Yeah, it might be.
Motherfuckers. All right. Well, I guess that's this episode for Butcher and the Beard.
Yeah, thank you
Hope
guys, man. You're gonna get our uncut, all natural. That's us, man. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have interviews. We're gonna have people. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna talk shit to each other and
I
talk
don't
shit to
know.
people.
We're gonna fight fucking Dementors.
Yeah.
We're fighting for you. I don't know
Yeah.
what we're fighting, but
Yeah.
you know.
But hey,
Anyway,
we will see you
Thursday.
Thursday. So we'll see you Thursday. Make
Yeah,
sure you guys.
Thursday, I'll just do a little quick recap, and then Saturday's the big one because it's going
Yeah.
to be the first day
Wild
of
cards.
NFL
Yeah.
of Wild Card Weekend, right?
Yeah. Yep.
NFL. Let's see. Yeah, we got 2 games on Saturday, and they're doing a Monday night game
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah. They're doing a
What
Monday.
the fuck?
Yeah, that's the
Man,
Bucks and the
they
Eagles,
did that
right?
shit last year. Yeah, that's trash.
Yeah, that's why they
That's
did that because
trash.
that game is
That's
gonna be
horrible.
trash.
Oh man. So
Yeah, I
like,
know. I saw that.
oh, at least if you're gonna do a Monday night game, they should have done. They should have done the Rams and the Lions
Yeah,
on
that
a
would be
Monday night.
cool. Yeah,
That would have been a good one.
I might not even watch that game, but they're gonna force us to.
Horrible.
Yeah, they're gonna force us to watch it because of that.
That's terrible. They should have done 3-3.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
well.
what we thought.
Oh well. What are you gonna do? All right, NFL, you failed on the scheduling, but whatever. We will see you on Thursday.
See you
Have a good
Thursday.
one. Butcher the
Have a-
Beard.
Butcher and the Beard, we're out.